BlackBusters.
Fam Bam, what's cracking with it? Welcome back to another episode of BlackBusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm your host, Big John, along with my co-host.
It's a low down, dirty tone.
Ooh,
Tone.
Low down, dirty tone.
Tone.
Based off his name, you can guess of what the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Keenen Ivory Wayans' A Low Down, Dirty Shame.
Yeah.
Written and directed by Keenen Ivory Wayans himself.
Go off.
Man, stars Keenen Ivory Wayans,
Mm-hmm.
Charles S. Dutton, Jada
Yeah.
Pinkett Smith, Salli Richardson Whitfield, and so on.
And a couple of like that guys, right?
Yeah.
Like the guy that plays Mendoza.
Uh-huh.
He's been around forever.
Been around forever,
And he
man.
always
Andrew
kinda plays-
Divoff.
Yeah, kind of always plays that guy.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Craig,
Mm-hmm.
Chung Young Fat.
Yeah.
Chung Young Fat.
Chris Spencer shows up in it.
Yes. Chris Spencer's in it. Shout out to Chris Spencer. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I love his scene. Kim Wayans, of course, she's.
Oh yeah.
You're always good when it's a Wayans Brothers production. You always gonna see Kim in there.
There's a Wayne that's gonna do
and
something.
she gonna do her thing.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish I
Good.
saw more of her actually. Me personally. Low Down Dirty Shame. It's a movie, and I forgot that he wrote it. I'm not surprised, but I
Mhm.
forgot he wrote it
Mm-hmm.
and directed it. And as I'm watching this movie, I rewatched it. As I'm watching the film, I'm like, man, I would love to meet Keenen Ivory Wayans and then ask him what happened. Like, why did he stop making films
Yeah.
on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Like from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker to Low Down Dirty Shame,
Mhm.
White Chicks. I mean, but like, why did he stop making films?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a reason? He might be like, you know what? I made enough money. I put my
I
family
did
on.
it all.
I kind of just want to sit back and chill and just produce stuff and
Yeah.
just be in the wind.
Yeah.
Or he could be like, man, something happened and this would happen.
You know,
I wonder.
or I'm not inspired.
I'm not inspired. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, this is dope to see a black man, as a filmmaker, as a black filmmaker, a man write and direct his own films. That's one of the things I want to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
he was doing it at such a high level, in my opinion. This movie was made in 1994.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early mid 90s. Yeah.
Early 90s. And he did his thing in it, bruh. He starred in it, he
Mhm.
wrote it, and he directed it.
Yeah.
And he had some of the most talented women in the game. And Jada Pinkett Smith, at the time that she was just Jada Pinkett,
Mhm.
but now she's Jada Pinkett Smith. Salli Richardson,
Yeah.
who I don't think gets enough credit.
Listen, man.
Not only she gets great credit for being beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
she's that for sure. But I loved her character. I loved her one-liners, my nigga.
Yes.
Her one-liners. I watched the movie. I said, Salli is doing her shit.
Listen, man. I came away from it with the same thing with you. Like, in 94, Salli Richardson is just as good an actress as Halle Berry.
As Halle Berry or Robin Givens.
Or Robin Givens. Or even better.
Yes.
She's just as fine as they are.
Yes.
Right? Like, you know,
Maybe a little.
maybe a little finer.
Uh,
This is Salli Richardson right here.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine her playing Jacqueline.
She could have played
Ooh.
Robin Givens played a great bitch.
Robin played a great Jacqueline.
But
The cast is perfect in Boomerang.
there were roles for her.
Yes.
There were roles for her. And I'm trying to think of like my favorite version of her is in this or in Posse.
Ooh.
I think it's in this.
this.
When she told Charles S. Dutton, you could have got some pussy.
Nigga, I said, I forgot she was that raw with it. And it sounded smooth.
Woo.
Dumb motherfucker. Could have got you some pussy.
Yeah.
I said, whoa.
Man. I
Whoa.
was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
So I love her.
I love
She
her.
needs her flowers.
She needs her flowers.
Should have had a bigger, brighter, better career. Whatever reason, I'm still a fan.
And don't forget, we haven't even talked about this. She had limited time in this film with Antoine Fisher.
Yes.
She worked in that.
Listen, she's
could-
worked her whole career.
She does work.
I feel like she could have been like if I took my time, there are probably I think I would have preferred Salli Richardson to damn near everything Vivica Fox was cast in.
Ooh. Ooh,
That's a hot take.
Well, that's a hot take.
But
because Vivica we talked about her briefly before. I like Vivica. Vivica's beautiful as well.
I don't dislike Vivica, but Salli Richardson could have played Vivica's role in Independence Day.
Do you think Salli Richardson, she could have done it, but do you think she would have done a better job in Booty Call though?
No.
That
part, no.
Yeah.
But I think I would have preferred Salli Richardson in Kill Bill.
Really? You
like if you think about it, like basically what I'm saying
based off the fight scene at the end of that, I was like, hold on. Why does she look more natural throwing the punches than Jada Pinkett did?
Listen, she looked natural as Salli Richardson kills this role.
Yeah.
She's dissatisfied. She's annoying, but she seems hella confident.
Yeah.
She delivers. She's sexy when she opens up the blouse.
Yeah.
She looked.
Why don't you try to find out?
The breasts look great. All I'm saying is that from at 94, her trajectory should have been equal to, if not superior, than all of her contemporaries at the time.
After being able, when she pulled the strap from her bra strap and killed Charles S. Dutton, I said, oh, she could do action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that maybe because Salli Richardson never crossed over. Damn. That was, I mean, and if you look at her IMDb, like, of course, the occasional CSI run, like, like she continued to work, but like she didn't cross over in a way that like Halle crossed over. So for a long time, she never got out of black stuff.
True.
Right, like which is
she had a crossover look and a crossover ability as far as performance too.
For me, it's like the Carrie Hilson effect, right?
Yeah,
we think about Carrie Hilson.
She never went Rihanna.
And she's just as gorgeous as those two. She had good music, but just didn't pop like a Rihanna, or a Beyonce.
That's a great, Great analogy.
That's like
comparison.
Sally to Carrie, right?
Sally, yes.
Sally to Carrie,
yes.
But Sally is ridiculous.
Sally's ridiculous, bro. She said, "Just make sure you smoke this motherfucker
like a pack of cools."
A pack of cools.
Yeah. She was fantastic. Man,
she was dope.
She told that nigga he could have had some pussy.
Yeah.
I damn near fell out my chair.
I said, man, you could have?
Damn.
Charles could have?
Listen, I feel so bad. When she said that, I was like, I want some pussy.
Yes.
That was my response.
Am I wrong for thinking that?
Yes. I immediately, like she's been looking hot the entire movie. Gorgeous the entire movie. But when she drops that line, I immediately felt sexual desire towards her.
Because
she's talking like that?
She's showing you, hey, because here's the thing. She said, okay, I got to kill this dude. But or I could fuck him for this bread. If I smash him for the bread, I'll do it. There's enough bread in here. I'm going to smash this dude. I'm going to smash, what's his name?
Yeah.
Rothmiller. I'm smashing Rothmiller for the bread. But if he's not going for the smash. Okay, I got to kill him.
I got to kill him.
I'm cool with that too.
And you could have had
some pussy. You could have had your life and some pussy, bro. I didn't even have to kill you for this. You know what I'm saying?
Best part of the movie.
Man, okay. So we jumped all into that. Let's start from the top a little bit. Keenen Ivory Wayans plays a character named Shame. Shame is a former police detective.
Yeah.
Former cop, right?
Yep.
He gets caught up in some scandal with a massacre, some sting operation going sour.
That went bad.
And he was left with the blame. So he
kicked off the force.
Going to a deep depression. And the only thing he's good at is cop shit. So the closest thing to being a cop, outside of being a cop, is security guard or a private investigator. And
he gets fucked up jobs.
To
make ends meet.
Like suicide missions for like $10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000 is a lot of money, but not for your life being at stake. So then on top of that, $10,000 minus deductions for damages and shit like that.
Yeah.
His lights are about to get cut off. He's about to lose his his car.
Yeah, trash man investigation work.
Yeah.
The job nobody wants.
Right, he'll do it. And he'll risk his life for it.
Yep.
He has only person that's in his corner is his assistant, which is Peaches, played by Jada Pinkett Smith. My favorite character.
My favorite
Jada Pinkett Smith character, I believe.
We are on the same wavelength.
I said she gave me grace. She gave me sass.
Yeah.
She gave me heart.
Yep.
She gave me compassion, sexiness.
She was her best.
She was her best here, and I said, oh, she's a star. And I thought their chemistry was great, awkwardly great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She was like, and I started thinking about all the other Jada movies. Like, I prefer Peaches to Stoney.
For sure.
100%, right? And then I got to thinking like
Peaches over Lyric for sure.
Peaches over Lyric for sure, right? Like, she had a smaller role, but I liked Jada in Collateral, right?
Yes.
That showed her acting chops, but still, it's like Peaches over everything. This is literally her best character. And what I realized is that probably other than Taye Diggs, we've done more of Jada movies than anybody else. We've done a bunch of Jada movies, bro. Yeah. We've done a bunch of Jada movies.
Yes.
And this is her best version.
Yes. So one day we talked about it, family. We're gonna start doing like quick verses. Maybe sometimes like situations like my favorite movie is Boomerang when it comes to that, like rom-com type stuff.
Yep.
Imagine Warm Take. I would never want to replace Halle Berry in Boomerang. She was a perfect Angela.
Yeah.
Right? Or even Robin Gibbons, she was a perfect Jacqueline. But just in case they weren't available, they were doing their own separate movies somewhere else.
Yeah.
Salli Richardson and Jada Pinkett is Jacqueline and motherfucking Angela.
Yep, it works.
It works for sure.
It works.
It works for sure.
It works. I was gonna say Jada would have killed Tisha Campbell's role. The hey girl. But you know what? She could have been Angela.
You know why? Because she plays good humble. She I think Jada Pinkett Smith can do anything.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
She could play the bitch. She could play the girl next door.
Yeah.
Her girlfriend, that loud chick. She could have been a great Pam and Martin.
She could have been a great Gina
and
Martin.
Jada Pinkett Smith. I hate the way her career has ended up here.
The way it's turned.
What it's doing now, like when you think of Jada Pinkett Smith, there's nothing good that you think about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sucks.
Like she's supposed to be in the light of a Halle Berry now. She's supposed to be revered like a Taraji P.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Nia Long is even though Nia Long I heard has like issues with her personality and some people don't like her, but it's not out in the public. She's still revered.
You can't speak ill on Nia Long's name.
Jada Pinkett,
they won't let you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They you can't talk, regardless of what's going on with Nia. I was talking to my wife about like when did this shit change for Jada? Like and what I came down to was after the entanglements with August, and then when she put Will on that red table.
That red table talk was their demise.
That's when
for sure
it's too public. Because we already suspected that they were swinging to begin with, but we was okay with it.
Airing out their information,
right? The kids was a little non-conventional, right? But we was okay with it. But when they sat at the table and did that,
start airing.
That was it.
We don't need to see that or hear about that.
Because what it made us is that it made us sympathetic to Will.
Right.
And if we're going to be sympathetic to Will, it has to be somebody's fault. And that became very easy.
And she signed up for it.
Yeah. And then like Jada, who did nothing wrong the night of the Oscar slap.
Right.
She gets blamed for it. She catches all the hell for a decision that Will made.
No one likes her anymore.
Yeah.
No one likes Monique anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And they're extremely talented women. Jada has done a lot to her face now to make her look kind of different.
She shot up. Same with Vivica. Salli hasn't.
Yeah.
Salli Richardson hasn't done anything.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Vivica has.
Vivica and Jada has. They should not have. They were gorgeous.
Right.
Age, get wrinkled. If you're going to look beautiful, wrinkled.
Halle hasn't shot up.
I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. No.
Halle going like natural now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying do that. So,
but this is time capsule Jada.
This is Peaches.
Yeah,
man, Miss Peaches. So Shame, his name is Shame, and he becomes a private investigator. And he starts off doing a nice diamond heist get back. He's getting back these diamonds for his client. And then he gets a visit from an old friend, the big homie Rothmiller. Charles S. Dutton pulls up to his office with the opportunity to get some get back and redeem himself and to make some money.
Let's talk about Charles S. Dutton real quick.
Come on, man.
Damn, he's good.
Always.
Damn, he's good.
Always. And you can't say, I won't say what happened to his career because he had his own show.
Yeah.
It just got too real. The show got canceled because I believe it was too real.
Yeah.
And
at a time when Fox was doing a lot with black people.
Yes. Fox was rocking with
Fox, I mean, there was a show called South Central.
South Central, Living Single, Rock, Martin, New York Undercover.
Yeah. We can't forget that we built that network.
Come on. Stop it.
We built that network.
Sure.
It's a damn shame that from a Fox News standpoint, they shit on us so bad. But literally, Fox was built off of black people.
Off of black entertainment.
Yes.
For sure.
100%.
Rock. Charles S. Dutton. Phenomenal actor.
He's so good. And the only thing about because I know he's a fantastic stage actor. And sometimes on screen, I can see the stage in him. Right?
He says, what's the thing about?
Yeah, right. He very much stage.
Out the blue, he just jumped into a whole yelling spree.
Yeah. The pace in which he talks is in many respects very even, which is something that stage actors do to project. Right? He doesn't do subtle because I don't think he's used to working with the microphone. Right? I remember the one time I was on a set and I remember the director kind of told the actor, you don't have to be so loud.
The mic is right here.
We've got mics everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So so you can go down and you can say that line in almost a whisper.
And we'll pick it up.
We're going to pick it up. Right?
Yeah.
Versus the guy I think that's, you know what I mean? He was just projecting.
Right.
So aside from that, this character was kind of totally different than any of the other characters as Dutton had played. He was swarmy, he was bad, he was cursing like a motherfucker, he was mad, and I loved it. I thought he was great.
He's such a charismatic individual, such a nice person, very likable.
Yeah.
But even in his bad guy, I felt for him. I was like, damn, he's just such a likable dude.
Yeah.
He made you feel like I had to do this. You know what I'm saying? I plan on giving everybody 5. You split it 5 ways.
Yeah. And they said they would do it. Only way really they would do it is if Shame did.
So I got pinned into a corner. I had to do this, Shame.
He was great.
Yeah, he was dope.
He was great.
I think so. Peaches was great. Angela was great. Rothmiller was great. Mendoza was great. Wayman was amazing.
Wayman was fantastic.
Yeah, bro.
And normally, and again, there's no issue. You know what I mean? There's no homophobia here at all. But normally the role that the character that does what Wayman does just falls so fucking flat.
It is kind of
It
cringy.
ends up not being fucking funny because it's either so over the top or so ridiculous. I don't know how Wayman is able to be executed, but every time he was on the camera, I was fucking crying.
Hilarious.
He was every scene was fucking funny.
Man.
He was so good.
Super
And
good.
normally I don't find that shit funny.
Right.
Because normally it isn't funny. It's
it's
you're doing some gay shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I get it.
Simple.
But
it had to happen. Because here's the thing. That character could have easily been an unattractive woman as a roommate.
Right.
Like in Mo Money when Marlon Wayans woke up with the girl and he kicked her out the house. She just was unattractive. And it had to be a gay guy. I'm glad it was.
Yeah.
Wayman needed to be seen, bro. He had to shine.
He was good. He was funny. The facial expressions, like everything.
Miss Peaches, you better come get this right wild.
Yeah, right. Perfect. Dude. He was good. He was great in this. Yeah. It's very rare But I was dying when he offered him the sausage. Pause.
Yeah. Sausage is smells good. What's cooking?
More beef for us, right?
Yeah, more beef. I like cooking when I'm dealing with me.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. It's great.
Man, so Shame gets his job that his big homie Roth Miller comes to him with a big opportunity to find the guy that ruined his career and save the woman that got away.
Yeah.
That's Salli Richardson Whitfield plays Angela. She's the woman that got away. She's Mendoza is the bad guy. He can get his get back on Mendoza,
right,
and possibly get Salli Richardson Whitfield back.
Yeah,
Angela. So he goes at first he says no, I don't want to go down that path. And then Charles S. Dutton's character Roth Miller is like, bro, you have an opportunity at redemption. You can get in. It's gonna pay you well.
Yep.
What's to think about? Just do this shit. He ends up doing it. I'll find Angela in 2 days. You see, you need her in 3. I'll find her in 2.
Yeah.
And he does it. He finds her, and so there's an odd chemistry between his Shame and his assistant Peaches.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little brother, big brother. Initially, it starts off that way.
Yeah.
Then it shifts.
Yeah. Like she's feeling him. Always feeling him. Lets it be known.
Right.
And he kind of like Heisman's her, for the most part, or indulges just enough, right? Like like flirts back just a teeny tiny bit to offset, her big flirt.
Right, him spanking her on her ass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
That's crazy because as skinny as she is, bro, I was into her back then, bro.
Man.
I was like, she thick. She wasn't even thick, but she had whatever she had. It was enough.
Whatever she had
was enough.
That Jada shit was popping.
Yeah, it was.
That Jada shit was popping.
Yeah. So, and she always is down for him. She's like, bro, but if you notice on her desk, she had like at least 3 different nameplates. It said Peaches this, Peaches that.
Yeah.
So it's not only was she his assistant, she was his backup, she was his driver, she was his, you know what I'm saying?
She's ride or die.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
And so, and their history is he caught her shoplifting. That's how they met. He was
she was 16.
She was 16. He probably was about what? 23, 24 on the force, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's older. Obviously, he can't be 16 in the cop. But
took a liking to her, and she, like, probably maybe even gave her a break.
Right. Shoplifting.
Yeah. But then, like, she just became hella resourceful, and she's very resourceful.
Yes.
Like a lot of the shit that happens in this movie happens because Peaches is so good at what she does.
Right.
And they kind of set it up like, she's watching the soap operas and, they make her character seem, but she's not dumb.
No, she's not. Yeah, no, she's not dumb.
She's not dumb. She's not an airhead. She's just Peaches.
She's like, I got my gun. You know what I'm saying? We can set this. We can set it off here.
I've been working on my shooting. I've been working on my jiu-jitsu, my karate.
I got you.
You need some help? You know what I mean? And Peaches, the whole movie. Get to the car. You can't handle no real shit.
Right.
But Peaches putting in work. Yeah, hell yeah.
So he finally meets Salli Richardson Whitfield, again, reunites with her, and it's like sparks again.
Yeah.
And also a little bit of resentment. You know what I'm saying? Memories pop up and and he definitely cares about her.
And she wasn't really fucking with him.
Right.
She was like, never would have worked with us.
You
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, bro. So let's talk about him as a director and writer.
Okay.
I dig it. I love the fact he did both and he starred in it. I could tell, and it's funny. I could tell this is 93 in living color jokes a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Cheap, quick ones. He said, I'll see you next time. He said, yeah, next time bring some mints. Yeah. Hilarious.
Right.
Simple.
Had lines.
Now, let me tell you something, a warm take. I don't think it's hot.
Yeah.
I feel like Keenen Ivory Wayans did a great job. They did a very good job. This was his Beverly Hills Cop.
Damn it. We are
That's why we do this, bro.
We are on the same page, my guy. Finish your thought. I'm gonna add on to it.
And I think Keenen knows this about himself, so I don't have a problem saying this. This Shame could have been a different actor. Yeah. And it would have been a better movie. Yeah. We on the same page. So I'm watching this movie. Like yourself, and I'm like, you know what? This movie has it all. It's got good action, great action, good acting, good funny characters, a plot that makes sense, a bombshell. And I'm like, this movie has everything. Right. Why is this movie good and not great? Right? Why is this, why don't we talk about this movie more? My dad had this on VHS back then. I watched it. I probably still had the VHS. I watched it all the time. I love this film. Right. I love it. But yeah, I don't hear people talk about it like, what I'm saying, a lot. Because I think either as the director or as the actor, Keenen is good but not great in it. And I'll give you an example. This is Beverly Hills Cop. This is Rush Hour. This is, to a certain degree, Bad Boys, right? Like, this is an action comedy. Yes. Eddie is so good in Beverly Hills Cop that, like, he elevates the funny. Right. Right? Like, he elevates the funny. Chris Tucker, in a certain extent, is so good. Kick me. Yeah. There are these moments. And the thing is that Low Down Dirty Shame doesn't have one of those moments, one of those like lines that everybody still says today, right? Like it does. We do, but not from him. From Wayman. Not from him. From Wayman. From Wayman, and Peaches to a certain extent. So Keenen plays the straight guy. He has his one-liners, but he almost plays the character too serious, and because he's not funnier. That's why it ticks down just a little bit. And he's not the strongest actor. Right. When this part, he's like, well, that's it. I'm talking to you now. And what about before? I'm saying it's like, oh, this is bad acting. Yeah. This is not bad. This is stiff, not good acting. Stiff. Yeah. And it's because I get it. He's playing a character that like is supposed to be like the macho guy. He's the action fighter, kung fu fighter, and fight scenes he's a big dude. So listen, I believe it. Listen, the action was awesome. Yeah, I didn't find the action to be cheesy at all. I thought the fight choreography was dope. Right, they was fighting. He was doing moves and like Street Fighter moves, the headbutts and shit. What I mean? Like working on shit. Yeah. I thought that shit was dope. But like he needed to be funnier. Yeah. And the movie, like, okay, I get that, like, dogs, if you sing James Brown, dogs will not bite you. I get it, but it wasn't executed as funny as it might have been. Hey! Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't awesome as James Brown. Right. And the dogs, so it's just kind of like, that fell a little flat, right? Taking Homeboy to the KKK rally. And, like that joke fell a little flat, right? Like, so all of the other stuff that was supposed to be just kind of felt a little flat. But Wayman is doing his thing. And Jada's cooking, right? And Keenen is good. He's good. Yes. But like, if you put Eddie in that movie, if you put Martin in that movie, bro, right? Martin, the movie is fundamentally different and for the better. Yeah. If you put Will Smith. Will Smith would have been a great even change. If it's not funnier, it's how ironic is that? That if Will Smith is Shame, this movie is an all-time classic. Yeah. Because with Jada still doing her thing and Wayman doing her thing, Will would have been funny. Now I did like his scenes with Wayman. Yeah. Hey, man, that was great. I'm about to finna take a shower, man, and forget that I woke up at the crying game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, the lines. Yeah, I mean, I didn't touch you, man. He said, Wayman said, you was running your, in your dreams, you was speeding. and he said he got caught speeding. It was hilarious.
It was
bro.
good. It was good.
I'm sorry I didn't get I didn't quote it good because I don't remember the quote, but like this shit was hilarious.
But Wayman,
watch the movie.
Wayman carries those moments.
He carries his moments.
Even when Keenen is talking to the guy,
Bernard,
and Keenan's doing his gay. Is Wayman's response like Wayman's gestures and all of that? Like Wayman, even though Keenen is working, is Wayman's response that's got me crying.
Yeah,
it's got me crying. I think that this movie is a girls' movie, and I tell you why.
A girls' movie.
Here's what I mean by that. Like I love this movie. We love movies.
Yeah.
My wife loves this movie. It's one of her favorite, and I think like because Jada was Jada, I hear more women quoting this movie and saying that Low Down Dirty Shame is one of their favorite movies, and I think it's propelled by what Jada does more so than what Keenen does for guys, right? Okay. Like I think that like when you rewatch it, I'm like, I actually enjoy this movie. It's pretty good. It's shot well. It's paced well. It's not corny. No. It's just like, like you said, maybe a different actor.
And here's the thing.
Could have pulled it off.
I don't need him to not be there.
Yeah.
I think he did a dope enough job for his own film. He was like, because he could have had his brother do this. He could have had Damon do it.
And this is him just like, see, I think that like, okay, because we have I'ma Get You Sucker and we have In Living Color. And I think this was like the beginning of his pivot to being like, I could be an action star. Right?
Action star, yep.
I could have a similar career to Eddie Murphy. The only problem is that this movie is so black that I don't think white Hollywood saw it. Right. And so he didn't get the same shot,
right?
Because he's good enough in this movie. He's good. He's just not as good as Eddie in Beverly Hills Cop.
And that's saying a lot. He's not good as Jamie or Eddie or Martin in Blue Streak. Like, but I believe his toughness. I believe that he can fight. His stature, he's bigger than all of them, so he looks like he's a guy that walks in and he knows what he's doing with the gun.
Yeah.
I believe that I definitely believe that Jada is attracted to him. I definitely believe that Sally's attracted to him.
Yep.
He has a leading man qualities.
Yes.
He might be Michael B. Jordan in that sense. Like, you know what I mean?
He just needed to. This is, and I want to be very careful because we both love this movie,
right?
And upon rewatch, ain't nothing really wrong with this movie.
No, it ain't. So we're being hard on it.
Yeah, because I think it is us because we want to push it up.
Yeah.
We want it, and so we find ourselves thinking about like what went wrong with this. How come this movie wasn't bigger than what it should have been?
And the answer is Keenen, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the same way I feel about, but not the same way. I feel like Meteor Man should not have been led.
Right.
That's my take.
Right. 100%.
Robert Townsend should not have been Meteor Man.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Even though he did a solid job, he's a very talented man, human being. But I feel like that could have been. It needed to be funnier. He wasn't funny enough.
Yeah.
In Meteor Man, Meteor Man didn't make me laugh that hard. Now here's the thing. What would have been funnier? Would have helped? It didn't. Low Down Dirty Shame, to me, you'll find out how many fists I give at the end. But I think it was a great film. I loved it. I'd watch it again. I used to watch it growing up as a kid all the time. If it comes on, I'm watching it again and again and again. The women were beautiful to look at. He was funny enough. But was he as funny as, you know what I'm saying, as his contemporaries?
Okay, so this is another great point. Because Martin is funnier in Nothing to Lose,
right,
than Keenen is in this. Martin is funnier in Blue Streak than Keenen is in this.
National Security.
Than Keenen is in this. But I still think that Nothing to Lose is a better movie than those. Right? Like,
Nothing to Lose is the better movie than...
I feel like Low Down Dirty Shame is a better movie than Nothing to Lose. Right? I feel like Low Down Dirty Shame is a better movie than Blue Streak. Even though
Peaches.
Even exactly.
Wayman.
Peaches, Wayman. And the action and the story, right? Like, this is not a bad movie.
No.
It's not
we got Charles S. Dutton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should
Mendoza, like
it should have been bigger.
It should have been.
And I think probably like Nothing to Lose has the benefit of crossover appeal.
Yes.
Right? Same with like Rush Hour. Like, crossover appeal, right? And this movie just didn't have any crossover appeal.
What do you think would have happened?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it still works. I don't know. I don't think it works, but I thought about what if we took one of them. Peaches has to stay.
Yeah.
What if Salli Richardson was Julia Roberts? At this point, it's a different movie.
Yeah.
Because Salli Richardson he took her from a Spanish dude that could easily and that could have easily been a white woman.
Yeah.
And her on the cover of this on the side of him. I don't even know if it works, honestly. But I'm just asking the question. Like,
I think if you recast Mendoza with like Steven Seagal, right?
Ooh, Steven Seagal.
So basically,
comedy and not fighting.
But I mean, like Mendoza wasn't funny,
right?
He was
menacing, but not Steven Seagal. Because Steven Seagal beats the shit out of the shame.
Right. Okay, yeah. But what I mean is that okay? Like if I want to keep shame, because I want to keep shame, I want to keep Keenen.
I don't want to get rid of Keenen. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to keep Salli Richardson.
Yeah, me too.
Because
she cooked,
and her and Jada had good
and we can't
chemistry.
get rid of Peaches.
So if I take the bad guy and I make the bad guy something that's crossover.
Either crossover, because
that's why I went Antonio Banderas, right? Like, give me a bad guy that white Hollywood knows, and this movie does better at the box office.
So 94.
That's why I was like, okay,
Mendoza needed to be who?
That's
in 94.
That's why I said Banderas.
That's
what I'm sorry. That's what I said. Steven Seagal.
Nah, because Steven Seagal is comedy. He's nowhere near as funny, and he's not gonna be. He's corny. If he's funny, he's corny.
Antonio Banderas,
comedy. I would say
because you just need him to play the bad guy. You don't need him to do anything funny.
This guy is too young. I would say John Leguizamo. He's too young at that time.
He's too young. But that would have been a good kind of villain, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what it needed. It needed something for. It needed some, It's a shame, but it needed something for like white audiences.
Maybe
for a
John.
movie.
Maybe what's his name? I was about to say what's his name?
Not Travolta.
No. Huh?
Nick Cage in '94.
Nah, not funny.
But the thing is that like Mendoza, like you don't need the bad guy to be funny.
But that's the case in Keep Mendoza. He was great. You talking about a Mendoza-ish, but
yeah. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go back in the time machine and go like, who can I cast or recast to make this movie a bigger hit than what it was? And I'm trying to cast somebody in Mendoza that has crossover appeal, that'll bring in crossover audiences, that thus elevate this movie. It does better in the box office, and maybe Keenen and Salli and everybody gets a chance to work more because this movie does better in the box office than what it does. So I'm trying to replace Mendoza with a character that can play the bad guy that has big crossover appeal.
I was about to say he's too silly. I want to say Danny DeVito.
Yeah, too silly.
Too silly.
Because Mendoza doesn't crack any jokes in the movie.
Right.
He's the bad guy. So you don't need
to. But he's charismatic though.
Definitely charismatic.
You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. What I was going to say, but he doesn't cross over. Mm-hmm. The bad guy should have been Charles S. Dutton.
Okay.
He should have been Rothmiller. But that doesn't cross over either, necessarily.
Then it just stays a black movie. So I think, I think that this movie suffered from not having crossover appeal.
Right.
Like in the way like a Rush Hour did, and of course the way that Beverly Hills Cop did.
Yeah.
Blue Streak, Nothing to Lose, some of those movies. And then in '94, like Keenen is still relatively unknown to a lot of folks, right? Like we've got In Living Color, but in '94, is in Living Color the ratings behemoth? Maybe it would have had to been in order for this movie to be greenlit. But Keenen is still a relative unknown outside of the black community.
True.
So
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why. But
I think it's him and the nemesis.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because I think that I think you're right. I think if you cast Will Smith in '94, this movie does very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think as funny as Keenen was, his shit was reliant totally on the lines.
Keenen.
Yeah. It was the lines. I think they were betting on the lines being funny, which they were. But Keenen didn't. Eddie acts funny in Beverly Hills Cop. He does things that
Eddie doesn't have to have
a funny line.
He can just go
right. You know, yeah. Boom. Yeah, that type of shit. Right?
Martin can be like, you know there. You know what I mean?
That's the big thing.
And then Chris Tucker, damn.
Yeah.
This is just a special.
There's no signature Keenen acting thing.
Yeah.
That
he was like, ladies get off me, don't love me like you do. That's funny. That was a funny. You making fun of me? Yeah, I'm making fun of you, man. He did good.
He did great. He did good, but not great.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
He did good, but not great. But everything else that Keenen did as a director, I think was awesome. I think the action was good. Well,
you know who could have been a black nemesis?
Who?
And it would have been crossover? Wesley Snipes.
Boom.
Wesley's crossover.
Damn.
And niggas fuck with Wesley.
Yeah.
He's Nino Brown, and he's also Passenger 57.
Yeah.
Murder at 1600.
Yeah. And then the
US
fight.
Marshals.
Then the fight at the end would have had much more significance.
He's Demolition Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's crossover as hell.
That'd have been a great.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy how Wesley Snipes, as black as he is, and as culturally black as he is, he's White Man Can't Jump.
Mm-hmm.
He's Nino Brown.
He's Blade.
He's
Passenger 57. Yeah.
He's crossover.
We had a hot debate about, we were comparing, I think, Wesley and Will Smith.
Uh-huh.
And I think I was saying that Wesley can do everything that Will did.
But Will can't do everything that Wesley did.
Yeah, that was my argument, right? That
Will could not back then play Nino Brown.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And even now, can Will play a bad guy?
We saw a version of it with Hancock.
But he was still a good guy.
Yeah, he's still I don't think Will has the chops to play a certified despicable villain.
Denzel plays a great villain.
And Alonzo, great bad guy. He's on the list of worst characters.
Yes,
right. But yeah, I don't think Will is capable of that. And we talk about.
I would love to see him try, just for the sake of seeing him.
I would love to see Denzel play more villains. We seen DiCaprio play a villain in Django, and he played the hell out of that. Hell out of that villain. Yeah. Right. But yeah, I don't think I don't know if we've ever seen Tom Cruise play a villain.
No, but I think he can though.
Yeah,
I think Tom can. Do you all think Will Smith can play a villain? Can Will Smith do Nino Brown? I know this is kind of out of topic because we're talking about a whole different film, but I can see Will Smith playing Shame and Low Down Dirty Shame.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Will Smith playing Beverly Hills Cop. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not doing it as good as Eddie did, but
I mean, in a way, he kind of does it in Bad Boys.
Yeah.
The two of them kind of tag team to kind of do it. I could have seen if Will Smith is cast instead of Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
Yeah,
I think even though Chris Tucker steals the show,
he did his thing.
I think the movie would have still been a hit.
Yes, of course. It's Will Smith. What movies outside of Wild Wild West? That's probably still a hit. And Wild Wild West and what's the other shit? The sci-fi shit.
After
Men in Black.
Okay, you talking about that didn't work or?
I didn't like them. I never liked the Men in Blacks, but they were great. That's like they did 2 of them or 3 of them.
They were star making. Like and at the time, like Will was cooking.
Will was cooking.
Wild
Wild West. I didn't like it, but
I wasn't a fan of the movie.
People loved it. They probably did well though.
Yeah, but I like Will in what's the movie with the vampires?
You talking about
why am I drawing a blank?
Will Smith and the Vampires?
Yeah, the vampires. He's in New York all alone.
Oh, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he killed that.
He was great in that.
Yeah.
Right. He was an okay Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Like
I think it was solid.
Decent in Pursuit of Happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I loved Pursuit.
Yeah. I liked him better in 7 Pounds.
7 Pounds is probably his best work.
Yeah. Right.
That's probably one of his best movies.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably one of his best movies.
I agree 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll get to that too. We got so much Will to do.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
You know
but this is Jada's best.
This is Jada's best.
This is Mount Rushmore for Jada.
This is when I felt that, and Jada is so, I won't even say underrated, underutilized.
Yeah.
I think she would have done a great Nina in Love Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Nia Long doesn't disappoint.
No.
Nia Long does never disappoints.
No.
Never disappoints.
No.
So it's not about me trying to replace her.
Mm-hmm.
But just like Nia Long, Halle Berry, Jada Pinkett Smith, all the short-haired beauties of the 90s.
It's interesting because, like, I like Jada and Jason's Lyric. And if I had to choose between Jada and Jason's Lyric or Jada and Love Jones, I would keep her in Jason's Lyric.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But she could have played.
There's a certain type of warmth that Nia Long has.
Yeah.
Girl Next Door. They both have a very much Girl Next Door swag, but Jada has so much sass,
and
so
that's
much
the thing.
sass.
Jada has difficulty playing subtle.
Yeah,
there are not a lot of characters that Jada's played that are more soft spoken.
Yeah,
right. Like she's always kind of like sassy.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she was strong in The Matrix. Remember, Jada was in The Matrix.
Yeah,
she did good there.
Of course.
There's a movie that she did with Don Cheadle.
Come on now. You talking about Rain on Me.
Rain on Me. She was good. She was strong in that.
That's one of my that movie right there.
Yeah. That's
definitely Adam Sandler's best work.
That's his best work.
Yeah. And he got some other shit. Spanglish was good. Click was dope. He got some work. I'm talking about outside of the comedy. The Billy Madisons and the Happy Gilmores, those are classics, but
he was super strong in that.
It was such an out of character for him.
Mm-hmm. But Jada was good at
Jada mopped that.
She was good at that. She was good in Collateral. So like she's done good playing, like a
I
strong
wanted
woman
more
type.
for her.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be Cicely Tyson.
And so here's what's
eventually,
interesting.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted her to.
I think right when her career was about to take that turn, because when she's working in Collateral, this is Tom Cruise
crossover,
right? Jamie Foxx, and she's a female lead in that big movie. But I do think that right after that, Jaden starts working. Right? I think not far after Collateral, we get into Karate Kid, and we get into and she kind of takes a step back to mommy.
Yeah, maybe.
And then doesn't, I'd have to look at the timeline.
Yeah.
But I think
how does she not? How does she?
Because that's too mainstream. That's Adam Sandler with Rain on Me, and then there's Collateral, right? So maybe staying at home.
Maybe so. Even with Willow.
Right. And
Willow starts doing music.
Mm-hmm. So the Karate Kid comes out in 2010. The remake, right?
Right.
So let me see when Collateral comes out. Collateral comes out in 2004. And I think Rain on Me was a little bit later. So yeah. It's interesting. Okay, we got to get into some awards.
We do.
MVP.
MVP is for sure. Is it Peaches?
It's Peaches.
It's Peaches because she had so much. She had his back so much. She was loyal.
Listen, Everything that Shame needs to find Angela, he gets from Peaches. She's the one that gets to the mailbox, gets to the
He owes her money.
P.O. box. She's working for free.
And when it's all said and done, she was in love with him too.
Yep. Like she takes an L for just letting Angela walk out the door.
Yes. And she knew that she was wrong for that.
She knew she was wrong for that.
But that's she was being a woman.
Yep.
She was being jealous.
Mm-hmm.
She felt inferior a little bit. And she was fighting against that inferior feeling.
Yep.
And she was like,
but she saved his life.
Right.
Like, because at the end, Angela's about to blast on Shame. And who shows up to save the day? MVP.
Peaches for sure.
For sure.
She was shady for letting him, for putting him in the bed, in Wayman's bed.
Yeah.
Put him on the couch.
But I think she was almost kind of like getting back at him for like,
not taking her serious.
For not taking her seriously.
Yeah.
This is, like I'm giving you rhythm.
She shot her shot.
I'm giving you vibe. You keep cracking jokes. You keep playing me like I'm small. All right,
watch this.
I'm gonna let you.
Because when she came in the room that morning, with a smile, laughter, like, hey, wait,
she knew what she did.
She knew what she did.
Yeah, and that's within her personality.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the LVP? The LVP of Low Down Dirty Shame.
LVP. LVP is the postal worker outside of the courthouse. I'm trying to make your life right. You understand what's going on with you? Or more based off someone that's more involved in the storyline. Is it what's his name? Is it
I'm looking for his name.
Is it Luis?
Is that the guy that got bit up by the dog?
Yes.
He's the LVP.
Yes.
Right? Like
or Captain Nunez. Nunez.
Like ain't picking up on no leads.
Yeah.
Ain't
on Shame's head pause about nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, not nothing, stuff, but like you're terrible at your job.
You're terrible at your job.
Right.
I think both are appropriate. But Luis like didn't do anything right and was a snitch and still ended up in jail. Like, got his ass beat by the skinheads, got bit up by the dogs. You know what I mean? Like, snitched on Mendoza. It's just L's everywhere.
He's supposed to be shooting these Nazi dudes.
Yes. L's everywhere. In a car that flipped over. You know what I mean?
One kind of man.
Exactly.
Can't even get the dogs off him.
For me, he gets the L.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's get to fists. 1 to 5.
Ooh.
1 to 5.
Damn. I want to give it a 5, bro. It's because I don't want to. Do I dock him for him being in the movie, the lead, and not? I don't know if I want to do that for him.
This is great.
I don't know if I used to watch this all the time, and I would still watch it. It's a 5 for me.
It's a 5?
It's a 5 for me. I love the chemistry in the love story between Shame and Peaches, and I love the distraction that Angela gave him. He was about to smash, and the phone rang.
Right.
So like, it's sexy. Both women are sexy. It's funny enough. It's action. The fighting is good.
Yep.
Nah, it's a 5 for me. I love Low Down Dirty Shame, bro.
In my heart, this is a 5.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those math ratings, which is
curvy.
Two sides of the equation can exist. If Beverly Hills Cop is a 5, and it is in my book, and Low Down Dirty Shame is not as good as Beverly Hills Cop, Low Down Dirty Shame has to be a 4. It's an equation.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
My only pushback is not my only. One of my pushbacks is Wayman. Wayman did a lot for me. Wayman is Wayman. I might. Your 4 is fine. It's solid. I'm not mad at
and
the 4.
And the thing is that it's a 4.9. It's like a rounding error is the reason why it's not a 5, right? Like, it's still not a 5. I'm still going to stay 4. But everything that you're saying, I'm already eating up. I'm just that stupid math equation is why it's as high a 4 as a movie can get without being a 5.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
and I might be over it, and I'll say it. Keenen Ivory Wayans and Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy are my 3 biggest influences.
I love them.
Period.
Yeah.
So this is one of his ones. Low Down Dirty Shame, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Those are the films that made me want to.
Which movie is better? I'm Gonna Get You Sucker or Low Down Dirty Shame? I know they're 2 different types of movies. Yeah, for sure.
One's a parody. And one's is an action
comedy.
Action comedy. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Yeah.
Too much going on. Yeah. Kadeem and Damon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How much for one rib?
Yeah, how much for one with Chris Rock?
All of that, yeah.
Bruce Lee, Kung Fu Joe.
Yeah.
Nah, whoa! Yeah. Hey, it's too much going on.
Yeah. I get why you went 5.
Yeah.
And I understand why I'm going 4.99999.
Yeah. His acting in a couple scenes, Keenen that is, was stiff. I was like, ooh. You want to do it over? But he's directing himself probably. Yeah. He probably didn't know.
Wayman and Peaches, man.
Wayman and Peaches did a lot.
Yeah.
The sex appeal of her, of Angela. Yeah. His fighting scenes were good. Yeah. And it's 94. It's not 2004. It's not 2014. Yeah. It's like, he did good.
Me and my wife sometimes play a game. And I basically told her like 94, like sometimes we joke like, okay, if I cheated on you with someone, who would you be like? I'm mad at you, but I understand. right? Like, and so while I'm watching this, I'm like, Salli Richardson's on the list. Right? like, I don't know, baby. I don't know if I could walk out the hotel room. Salli Richardson with that black bra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like giving me that rhythm. Like, I just don't know. She would be
her talking like she did when she killed Ross Miller.
Yeah.
That sexy to me.
She was like, I'd be mad, but I understand.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, hold on. Let me finish off my thirst.
Talking about Salli, man. You gotta
All right, y'all. A Low Down Dirty Shame. Keenen Ivory Wayans. Great movie. Written and directed and starred by Keenen Ivory Wayans. Yep. He did that.
Yep.
Hopefully I can do that one day too. That's my goal. That's our time today, y'all. A Low Down Dirty Shame. I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host.
Low Down Dirty Tone.
Yeah, Low Down Dirty Tone. Tone. Yeah, man. This concludes our episode of BlackBuster. Catch us next time. Be good or be good at it, y'all. Pew to the max. BlackBusters.